How I got to know my life purpose. I used to be somebody that's always busy with reading knowledge. I still am always interested in getting knowledge, reading and get information about everything that has to do with life. Okay, these days is more spirituality, but normally in the past it was like everything, about most of the things of life I was interested in, about business and all of that. And once I read about life purpose, it like triggered something in me. And after a while of reading a couple of times about it, I decided to check for myself what is my purpose. Oh, and one thing that they said also is that your purpose, your soul purpose, is something that you do effort effortlessly. Something that you just do without getting tired, and you get energy when you're doing it, and you love it. So that's what like triggered me to get to know it. And I read also about people that made their purpose their job, and the same, for example, that this they say they work, but because they're doing something that they like, it's not working. They're like being paid to do something that they love, especially some artists, that said that. And all of those things like triggered me about, I would like to know what is my own purpose. So once about more than 10 years ago, I sit down and I decided to write down what I do effortlessly. What I do effortlessly, and when I was writing down, I was writing down about helping people. What I always do: help people, inspire people, and motivate people. I used to do it in different jobs that I had. I used to motivate people that had to write down an essay. I used to help them to write down an essay, write down letters, resignation letters, projects, all types of projects that I know about. I used to help people with, and also motivate them, motivate them to accomplish their goal. So I, I decided, actually it's more that I came to the conclusion that that is my purpose, because I do that effortlessly, and without getting tired. I love to do it, and I just go and I just do it, without people asking me. And most of the time I do it for free. I just love to do it, and I do it. I help people, motivate people. For example, I remember a colleague needed a house. I helped her check out houses. Um, I used my network to help her to get a house. Those kind of things. I always help people, and use my network and my abilities one way or another, and my knowledge to help people. So I came to the conclusion that's part of my purpose, a big part of my purpose. And on top of it, anyway, the 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 yeah, the top what top it off was a good friend of mine that I helped with a big project. He was very insecure, very much in fear, and he didn't know how to start his project. He wanted a quite big project about uh, let's say 200, 300. Actually, it turned out to be like 500,000 guilder project. But the beginning of it was like 200,000 guilders, about $100,000 startup. So he had the money, but he didn't know how to start. So I helped him. And I motivated him to make the plans, make the budget, and check out the materials. And I monitored the cost, because I'm a accounting girl. So I monitored the cost, and besides that, I motivated him also to accomplish his project. And he was because of the way he not even his parents thought that he would make it so far. So I work with him, and he accomplished his project. And by doing that, I realized that I can work with different types of people, especially not only the, let's say, the balanced, or quite, yeah, the balanced people, but the unbalanced ones also, the ones in fear, and with a lot of insecurities. I can work with those also. I have the patience and the tactics to motivate those also. So by helping him, I help myself also to understand my own abilities. By doing all of that, I realized, all of it together, I realized that that's part of my purpose, a big part of my purpose. And last year I decided to go a step further, next step. And that's when I started to make these videos to motivate and inspire people by telling my own story. Actually, by telling my story, and with my story, to motivate others to to walk their own path, and to realize that the goals that they that they came to this life with. So that's what I wanted. Actually, that's what I wanted to say. And I would motivate you also to check for yourself. Sit down. You gotta sit down, because those things you can get them by just you will not get them just like that. You have to sit down for it, and ask within prayers, and then you'll get it via your intuition. One way or another, you'll get the information of what is your goal in this life. And then from there, when you start from there, because most of the time you do it already. Actually, it's more like a confirmation that you will get from of oh, okay, this is it, and I need to focus on this. And from when you get the information of what it is, and you see it in your life, that you've been doing it all the time, then you can, like, consciously focus on it. And then you'll get information on how best to like sharpen it or polish it, in a way that you can go further with it. That was my case, my situation. That was my situation. So when I got to know it, I did it for a while. I kept doing it for a while by just helping people at random. But last year I got the information to take it to the next step. Take it to the next step, and then because I was already walking in my purpose. But go down. I advise you to go down, sit down with yourself, and just think, and for you to get to know consciously, to be conscious of what your purpose is, and then from there on you can focus on it consciously, and get ideas on the best way to accomplish to accomplish your purpose.